Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and Oleg provided me with something that I at least can use to solve one of the problems that I have. That is a mod that removes the line of sight requirement for laser antennas. It's not perfect because, let's say it that way, we still have other issues with them, but at least I can keep the shields. It's a bit cheaty because now they work through everything and I have to kind of work my way around stuff like that so that I don't know, bring stations to places where they logically could see the other satellites, something like that. We need to make a short test. By the way, I brought out the Duchessa and did some modifications. We will take a look at that in a second. Why can't I fly down? So, I have brought a lot of the ships back into the Excalibur because I decided that for the next steps, I want to be quicker. I want to not... flying the big ship is a nice thing. Having the big ship is a nice thing. But for now, we need smaller stuff and we don't need the big size of the whole thing. So we have this ship. This ship should still be connected to the station. I hope that it immediately finds its connection again, because that, yeah, it does. And that's, by the way, the next thing. Because that makes it possible that I can do the relay ship and that I can build other stations around and keep the stuff basically active. And by just shutting down the laser antennas, we will end up with a system that can find its opposite again. So I hopefully can, with that might have still problems, but we alleviate some of the stuff, I would say. Good. Big ship stays here. I need something quick. I need something a bit more movable. We will go back to Mars for a hot minute, build a satellite there that then can connect back to maybe the anchor or something like that, so that we can then later bring that into the fold. It will be interesting. I marked out a spot there, Earth.com-sat. That will be the main satellite that manages connections. I'm not going station to then the next station. I will have one station that connects to everything. With the cheaty solar panels, I should be good power when it comes to the power requirements, but if I lose connections, I don't want to have to go through the whole thing to find where connections lost. I want to kind of, just go and have maybe two sections that I have to control, and instead of going to everything. That's why I want to go with a main satellite that hopefully handles the whole thing. So, the Duchessa, what did I do to the Duchessa? Let me first do this. That might cramp this again. I don't care right now. We will make the shield invisible again. Okay, let's go. Shield controller table. We go to... Let's go to... 20, and then we turn off the shield visibility. Good. I changed some things. The Duchessa has in the front now some of the azimuth ion thrusters. They are a bit more powerful. Main thing, they are just one block. I needed the space because I have fixed a hyperdrive to the Duchessa. It's big, it needed space. I achieved the space by removing some reactors. The Duchessa usually had in the front cargo containers and the jump drives, and yeah, mainly at the moment an azimuth, the old azimuth reactor. And I the azimuth remastered is so cheaty that these two small reactors are much more powerful than the one big reactor, azimuth reactor I had there. But that's fine. I'm okay with it. Again, small reactors now. The azimuth, the azimuth remastered reactors in small fashion. So this in small puts out so much energy that in that space here you could easily have two normal big reactors because they put out 50 megawatts. These put out 1 gigawatt. So I'm happy with that. We now have power out of the wazoo. So that is one of the changes. I replaced the whole shield system because that was for some reason not working. I will attach this. I can keep this here. And then I repaired some stuff and I painted some stuff. We have some problems with blocks here because we have heavy armor and light armor. If that gets shot off, we will change it to light again or something like that. Put on one of the azimuth thrusters in the front because the ship has a bit of issues with stopping, and I hope that it puts out a bit more oomph for the stopping power. Otherwise, connector, at the moment it doesn't have weapons. That's something we need to change, but for now we will go around with it and catch some things. I need to bring in the... I will grab the drill that we have on the modular ship. I will grab the fighter that's on the modular ship. Hopefully we can hang it here and bring it with the Duchessa. That would be a good thing. I hope that that is possible. And also, again, we will build around Mars. We'll do the main relay Mars station for now, that we can connect it back to the ComSat, the main ComSat that we will build after that. I might need some materials, that's why I want to grab the drill. Oh, I changed the cabin. There were still passages in here as beds, and we have real beds now. So, and I brought in a toilet and a shower. I have it nice here now. I kind of thought about the whole big ships thing. I like my big ships, but the problem is that every time I came back from the moon, I realized how crazy the game then ran. So down at the moon, basically nothing. Then coming back to the big ship, it slowed down and all that stuff, and that's not nice. Oh, yeah. Let me go over the firmware updates I did. It's, by the way, it's really a mod that is called laser antenna firmware something, where you basically can now have, for one, lasers that point into the direction where the other laser antenna is. It is still connected. I removed the cockpit. That's a bad thing. No, still have a control seat. Where did I put the control seat? I don't know anymore. So the test. Oh, I know what it could be. This is still connected to the module ship. This is still connected to the test side. We have two more options. We can define a color for the laser, and we can connect to receiver grid. that's a crazy thing that I kind of love, but I think is dangerous. We can connect grids now. So one thing I always liked would have liked with space engineers is to be able to have solar sets that power stations on planets. That was never really possible until I found this antenna mod that made that possible, where it basically builds up channels where you can grab power from it. That's the system that is used on Dune to connect the wind farm and the palace to power the palace. Here it is even easier, or bring up 2 laser antennas, and then you can really connect the systems. They are like as if you had a connector going. I don't know, I think you can't throw things through that, but power flows through that, and you have direct control of everything. So now I can have power sets. The big problem that exists with that is that if, for example, I would connect this grid and the grid down on the planet and then would take a blueprint, it would grab basically both grids because they then count as one. That's a bit crazy, but I like it. We might use that at one point to have, yeah, power satellites or something like that to power stations on planets. Let us go now and fly back to Mars for a second. Let me do that, and I will meet you back at Mars. So getting around with the Duchessa is at least far more convenient and quicker. It's just... I don't know. Again, I absolutely love my big ships, but I think I have to rethink that a bit. Not that I want to remove them or anything. It's just that if I want to travel and build around in my world, it is just not... I don't know. I like them. I want to keep them. It is just something that I right now don't need. And the game slows down a lot with the bigger ships in place. So I'm let's see if that... No, that doesn't work. So we have to find a way to get around this. Everything is too big. Let me move that down a bit. Maybe attach another connector somewhere so that we can bring this thing with us. I don't know what I would need it for right now, but I want to have it with me. Perhaps some maybe smaller firepower. Although the Duchessa, I don't know, give the Duchessa some phasers and that will work out fine, I say. We could use this ship, but I want to keep this vanilla, kind of. And the Duchessa definitely can be modified if needed. Good. I will park these ships, find a solution for my the problem that I have there, and then we will start the process of building the satellite. I will be back in a second. I sometimes now have to work a bit backwards, basically. So I have set up a laser antenna here on the Mars anchor, grabbed all the stuff that I needed, and now I can find a nice space for the comms relay or the comm set. I kind of want to be able to get the Mars.Space and Europa from there, so I will maybe move a bit backwards and to the left. Mars arrival. Mars arrival should be there. So that's good. I will go somewhere there or somewhere there and put the antenna up there. I will not protect these right now. It depends a bit. I might set up shields for them so that the reavers can't just get to them relatively easy. But I hope that the reavers concentrate on other stuff before. Hopefully, we will see how that works out. Good. Let us go there and then set up something. I'm building up this long cigar-shaped thing. Again, it doesn't need to be anything special. It just needs to stay here and not move, mainly. I will put in, just for safety reasons, a gyro down here. I have unsupported stations deactivated. Activated, I don't know. I have this option on where you basically say, okay, this is a station, this stays here. I will put a smart rotor on top. There is a built-in repair system in here that starts hopefully helping me soon. I'm putting in a reactor just for emergencies, basically. This thing is not even connected. It just is. No, it is connected. It has connection with the built-in repair system, so that thing can be fueled if needed with, don't know, a drone or something, if I ever want to set something up. Oh, I could put stuff in place that would make it possible to fuel this with a drone, maybe. Just let us put in a programmable block just because we can. And if we ever want to do something with drones or something like that that fly around, we can have that. There will be an antenna on here. The antenna will be turned off. I really don't, or I shouldn't need the antenna right now. If we ever, don't know, do something else, then the antenna can still be used. I need to now dock the Duchessa up to the satellite so that the built-in repair system in here can help. Alex Hudson, by the way, asked me why I need the laser antenna network. If it is more a thing of I want one, or if I need it. He says he uses his to get in contact with mining outposts and all that stuff. And I kind of have, it's both. I still have the idea to automate some things in the world. I could have tankers, for example, that just fly around from the station on Europa and bring hydrogen to wherever it is needed. And I could do that, for example, automatically. So I could set up a system where I basically can see the systems in the tanker, can opt for a target and then let it fly there, and then empty it out and then send it off again so that it flies back. Something like this. Mining drones, not that I really need them, but it is also the whole thing. I want one. The problem with reavers in your world is, again, antenna communication then is limited because you can't go and have crazy antenna ranges, because that's where that's one of the things where reavers react to. And I kind of, again, I want to be able to have ships communicate. It's more a preparation for what could come than for what I really need. It's this weird thing that I always get, where I think, okay, I don't have this. The thing is, I had something like this ages ago, and it stopped working. And I kind of want that back to maybe be able to build something in the future that uses remote connections to other systems. So that's kind of the thing I want. It's both. It's I need it. I want it. Let's just build it. We have the possibilities to build that stuff. So I kind of want to get in the habit of playing around with all the options. That's the main thing. Good. I want to paint this thing at one point. Give it a color that we definitely can see. I might opt for a green, for a crazy green, and then I will take a blueprint of this. The top rotor will not be, will not. I will not be able to see this, or this will not be able to blueprint, but I can always set that up if I need. The quantum black solar panels will be problematic anyways. I don't know how many resources they need, so I should maybe start producing some of that stuff. Let me produce some of these. I filled the ship up more with ores than with materials. I have radio comms, I have detector components, that stuff, or gravity components, that stuff I basically hooked up before, but everything else I kind of left out. So now I need to see what I still need to produce. I still need to produce power cells, a lot of them, and then let us see. There's a lot of batteries in here. The whole thing might. The quantum black solar panels are really cheaty because they kind of work like normal solar panels. They sometimes, even through planets, you still get a bit of power and all that stuff. So, but I want to be, with a few batteries, be prepared for what's to come. The good thing is, if it loses power, it should come back online, and as soon as everything, yeah, it's mainly batteries. Okay, let us produce some power cells. 1,000. We need them anyways, so let's just produce them. Good. And after I have done this, we will go back to the main relay, where the main relay will be sitting. This is basically just a satellite that I will post all around. There will be laser antennas set in place on the sides here with a bit of distance, so that I can individually see how many laser antennas I really need for a region. For example, this needs the one going back to Earth and the Moon, then one for the anchor, one for Europa, maybe one for the base, and one that I just have there. So the good thing is that if I'm in the region, it's easier to just take the coordinates. So the main thing I need to take a coordinate of is the main antenna that goes back to Earth. So That's what I will take coordinates of. The rest I can do when I'm here again. Okay, let us set up the brackets for the solar panels. And then we put some... I don't even know really how many I need. G... Quantum. These are the... They have usual solar panel components, but they have one thing in there that is a lot more expensive. And that is the main cheaty component that's in them. And again, I just want to use that for the communications relay. I don't want to use it, or I'm not using it for anything else except for, I think, the carry-all on Dune that uses quantum legs too, to just stay in the air or to just stay in use conveyor system off. Yeah, I think 200 is absolutely enough. How much power is needed right now? Right now it needs power because it'll reloads the batteries, but once these things are online, yeah, then it gets crazy. Good. Let me get the production of these things going. We need 8. I will overproduce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 800, and they need all the resources except for magnesium. That, by the way, I like because I don't have any magnesium with me. I need that. That's one of the things I need to find while I'm out with the Duchess. A bit of magnesium would be nice. But once these things are built, then all the power issues are fixed here. So then we need laser antennas. We will have... I don't know. I will put that within the blueprint just because I can. 1 to here, to Europa. 1 back to the main. Then 1 anchor, 1 Europa, 1 base on the ground. And then I can close this off. Let me fiddle around with this a bit more. And I will come back to you once this is done. The gyro. I want to have that here, that if something happens, this thing at least doesn't lose its orientation. I need to make a waypoint anyways, but the good thing is when I take the waypoint of this antenna, I have a waypoint to this thing then anyways. Good. Yeah, let me work with this a bit more. I know that the color is kind of awful, but there is a reasoning for the color. These things don't have antennas, and usually I don't turn on the GPS coordinates for that stuff, and I want to be able to see it immediately. If it's gray, if it's some dark color, I might run into this at one point. So I want to be able to see this thing. That's why there is this awful color on it, and red lights. So after I finished this, I had a bit of a shock because I couldn't connect up to anything, and at the moment it is connected to the anchor. That's the RSN modular. It takes that thing as the name. I don't know why. I had to reload the game kind of to get this thing to work. I'm not too happy with this because reloading my game takes a bit. But at least, yeah, we got it to work. Let us take a blueprint of it. I have one already, but I will take another one because I made the change to put a remote control on here. I don't know if it's good for anything, but it also is not bad to have one. So the antenna here, I already took a GPS coordinate off, and it is this one, Mars to Main. That's this antenna. And the one thing I always forget, is that I can make descriptions. I might have to get into the habit to do that, to write something down and say this is the laser antenna for the, don't know, comsat, Mars comsat to the main communications thing. Again, good thing is now that works, and we know that if we run into any trouble with the antennas, we can just turn off the antenna on the main grid here, on the anchor or on the base, and then the whole thing isn't connected anymore, and we can easily reconnect now. The trouble that I think of could be, I had that before. I had large interconnected systems, and then suddenly all the terminals in there took a long time to react. It could happen here too. It is just a precaution to be able to disconnect the whole thing from the laser antenna network. That's why I have these satellites instead of going from base to base. That makes it possible to just disconnect the base from a satellite. Something like this makes life, I can be a bit more cautious then. And then I can connect basically everything else to the satellite, like I want to do with the main base on Mars, or I can connect it to the anchor base here, for example, for drones or something like that. I would maybe do that. Rather connect them to the anchor base so that I'm not sure yet. If they are drones that I definitely want to connect over long ranges, then maybe the satellite is better. It doesn't matter. Good. On another note, while waiting for this to be finished, I also upgraded a few more of the thrusters. The iron thrusters here are just a lot better than the standard ones. One of these is as powerful as one of these. So, but it takes, I think, it takes the same amount of thruster components. So that was a bit of, a bit of work. I also grabbed some ice from one of the asteroids in the region. That makes it now possible that I finally can refill my bottles. And I hope that I have enough space in there so that I can... Oh, come on. No, okay, then. The problem is, or I have turned off the O2 gens grab their own materials, basically. The conveyor access to them is blocked. But yeah, I filled it up by hand completely, and that was just dumb. Good, that works out. Now we go back to the space for the main satellite and start the main satellite. We could use, and I might do that, we could use this one as a start and then go from there. I might want to build out the main satellite a bit more than, for example, these are set up. So let us jump back, set up the satellite there, and then we at least can hopefully see a connection today. Be a long range connection. I want to see how crazy, because that's more than 2,000 kilometers. The one to Dune will be interesting because Dune is 20,000 kilometers away from here, and I'm running already a mod that makes laser antennas cheaper in power usage, but 20,000 could still be a good chunk of power that I need. Okay, let me go to the hyperdrive. We will go to, how is it called? Earth? Is it called Earth Comset? Select this and then jump. Yes, please. I should have gotten there is now jump animations that you can get. There's one for Homeworld. I should have gotten that one. I don't know if it's worth it. Never tested it out. Okay, we are close to the point. We will go to that and then set up a projector and project the satellite, move it towards where I want it to be, and then start the connection process. Okay, the thing that we will have to project or build afterwards is the power situation. I will not deal with the antennas again. I think I can just maybe turn it. Can I roll the whole thing and then hopefully get some maybe yaw it? No, yawing is also not the thing. Yes, that's what I want to do. Good. So set this up, bring some blocks in now so that the build and repair system can deal with it, and then I will come back to you once this is finished, and then we maybe connect up Mars sector and Earth sector. We'll be back in a second. It has the same ugly color. The solar panels are still being built, but I think we can start out by making a connection. I kind of decided against this being the main thing. I want to have a normal satellite here, so I will use this one. We will name this thing. There's still batteries being built. We will name this thing something Earth Comset or something like this. and then keep that here. I want to make a relay somewhere in the middle that I later can connect all of them up to, because I realized that the Dune, for Dune, this thing had to shoot right through the moon. And so, yeah, to keep it logical, we will do something in the middle, maybe a bigger automated satellite with maybe a bit more power and all that stuff. It doesn't need to house people or anything, so that I think I can just keep it that way. This thing then will connect up to the asteroid base, to the moon base, and maybe even to an eventual base on Earth. We will see. But that's what we can do. That's a good thing. First order of business should be rename this and rename this to Mars, and then we will make a connection. I will have to reload the game for that. That's why I kind of want to do that now. If I wait for too long, I'm running out of time. Laser antenna. I can do that from here. Why not just do it from here? GPS. Then LA cord. Mars anchor. No, we need Mars to main. Copy to clipboard. Control panel. Laser. I always go out of the whole thing and then think I have to grab the coordinates. Connect to that. Searching for laser at. Rotating towards main laser antenna. Trying to establish connection. Connected to main laser antenna. Thank you. Permanent connection, please. Keep that. It already found all the other stuff. So maybe this time it... Ooh, we don't need to restart. I can see the stuff from here, and it is 2,000 kilometers away. That's a good thing. That's how I wanted this to work. Maybe it is possible because there is a connection now. Maybe it just takes what is there. If I have to establish newer stuff, then maybe I run into problems. Or it was just a hiccup yesterday. I was pretty angry that I did all the work and then it didn't work. But now it works. Good thing. That's what I wanted to do. I prepared for a few more minutes. Ooh, we can see the laser, but I think I will turn that off. I don't know how crazy this is at one point for the graphic settings or anything like that. So I will turn the lasers, the visible lasers, off. I will wait until this is done, and maybe no, we will end it here. I have to do other stuff, and I want to give you this episode today, so I will end it here. Let us do something like this, and then we have a thumbnail. Yeah, thanks to Nomad and kind of Polymorphic, I think. They provided... Nomad is the laser antenna grid firmware or firmware grid stuff, and the kind of Polymorphic was the line of sight thing. I read that thing, and it's just a switch that needed to be toggled in the program because they already provide... It's a weird thing that the laser antennas, yeah, they just don't work right. I don't care. Yeah, great thing. that now I can do the network and I can do stuff like that. Again, hope Alex is happy with my answer, that it is kind of both. I want to have it, and I think I will need it in the future, so it's more a future-proofing thing. Good. People, but I think that's all for today. I will put some more work in, start maybe the relay in the next episode or something like that, and go around and place the satellites everywhere. That could help. Then I don't need to put too much crazy time in, and I might connect up the Earth sector in the meantime. We will see. Good people, I say thanks for watching. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you guys.